here. I am the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. Welcome. It's Hump Day. It's Camel Day. I'm back for the third time today. Let me know you're here and let me know how you're doing as soon as you get here. It is it's a day that the moon is in Sagittarius. Oh, what a lovely thing. Moon in Sagittarius today. Kind of feels like that. Am I keeping you sane in an insane world? Yes, it's a time of great change. It truly is. And we have so much to go over. We're going to try to squeeze as much as we can into this short amount of time. So, first of all, did you have a good day? You guys, did you have a good day? Tell me how your day went. Or, you know, it's kind of the end of the day here, but it might be like the middle of the day where you are. I just did a pop-up earlier. Bob the Bunny came out. And so day? Okay. I want everyone to understand that this that we're going through is making the American people activate. We don't like that it has to happen this way. But, see, Cheryl's making her protest sign. Somebody asked me what to write on their protest sign. If you're here, shout out to you. I think it was another Cheryl. So, all right, audio check. Can you hear me? So I said what to write on the protest sign. Is that better? Write this. Lock them up. I got my peeps. I'm ready. Lock them up. Lock them up. I like that idea for a protest sign. So what I read on earlier in that quick pop-up, I'm doing more pop-ups. They kind of get more views for a shorter video. So I'm kind of playing with what I'm going to be doing there in the future. But anyway, what I asked was, and if you caught it, you heard me ask this, why is, I'm going to start calling him trash. Why is the trash, I wanted to just say the word beholden. I don't know why. That wasn't what I was thinking. Why is the trash? Do I need to say orange trash? Or are you going to know who I'm talking about if I just say trash? Why is he acting like he'll never ever get in trouble? Well, besides the fact that he hasn't yet. But almost like, and he's always behaved like this. It's just occurring to me when I think about how many times I've said it in this way. He's always behaved. Oh, we're going to call him trash now. It's okay. I don't. Anyway, hang on. We'll get back to nicknames. He's always behaved as if he had an ace in the pocket. So how many times I have read on that, I can't even count. Why is he behaving like he has an ace in the pocket? Does he have an ace in the pocket? So when I read on it this afternoon, I referenced the election in November. Prior to that, he kept on saying, I don't need your votes, I don't need your votes, I don't need your votes. And then after the election, he admitted that Elon rigged it. So, you know, it's just, I know it defies a reason to think about. And this is really why we're all like feeling crazy angry. The crimes are blatant. They always have been. The crimes are brazen and they're blatant. And he goes along like, I've already gotten away with it. Yeah, we have billionaires running the country. Yeah, that's true. So we're going to kind of read on that first. And thank you for being here, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up. When we have 200 thumbs up, as usual, we do a group hug, and we hug one another, and we have really powerful intentions. This weekend, don't forget, there's huge rallies, huge protest rallies all over the country. I think these protest rallies are going to be a thing for a while now. You hope he gets arrested soon. Hey, Damon. Well, the press ain't talking about this. Which part? Let me take this opportunity to say that we have a group of us doing declarations at 12 noon Eastern Time daily. If you'd like to receive them, just send me an email. I would like the declarations, and I will send them to you. I'm just copying and pasting them and sending them right out. I'm not even saving your email address. I'm just using it to send you the declarations. And the declarations are stating what we need to see happen to restore our democracy. David, it's good to see you back. And the rest of you too. So actually we're going to read on that. I'm going to read from the animal cards. The Guardian Night Tarot I'm reading. We're just going to read on... You did yours today. Good. It takes about 5 minutes to do the declarations. You just take some deep breaths and you read them and you visualize them. And then you say something about, and it is done. Take a couple more deep breaths and then it's done. It's very simple. But I kind of have a sense that it's working. And my guides told me today, this is true. They said to me today, because you know how long I've been doing, this. You know how I've been doing this for about 6 years now, Psychic News Network. My guides told me that I was like a steady drum beat. I'm like, thanks for the compliment. Really, I kind of felt my dad's presence, like, because I wonder if it's working. I wonder if what I'm doing has made any impact. And they just said, you're like a steady drum beat, which has value. It's that Moon and Taurus thing that I have. Steady drum beat. Steady drum beat. And that's what we all have to be. All right. 3 cards on him. The orange trash. Did I say that was too harsh of a word before? Electrostorm? Amanda, you have to spell out what HR Bill 1626. You have to tell us what it is. Only simply because thank you, Sandra. Simply because we're on overwhelmed news-wise. Electric storm, you were kidding? That's all. That's the only reason. We have so many things going on. We're in an absolute constitutional crisis, and there is a fascist regime that's taken over our White House illegitimately. So just let us know what you mean. Oh yeah, Stephen Miller definitely is pure evil. Okay. You like the green? This is a Jägermeister. Little pause. This is a Jägermeister scarf that I got at a promotional event one time, and I really liked it. It's kind of Christmassy. I'm reading on him getting away with everything. Oh, the Nine of Swords says it's not going to be for forever. The Nine of Swords says he's not sleeping well. Orange trash. 7 of Pentacles. Oh yeah. There's in the near future, and you could say that this happened today. My glasses need to be cleaned. You could say that this happened today, but what I'm reading on is him getting away with everything, so like all the time. And the current energy is you're going to see things legally moving along at a much faster clip in the next few days. Put out the trash. We are. HR 1526 bill limits the authority of federal district courts to issue injunctions. I'm not too concerned about that. I don't feel like that's my sense about that. Is that it's not going to work to the extent that they need. It just feels like it feels very scrambled, and it will not pass. Like what Warren's saying, I'm in agreement with that. It won't pass the Senate. Yeah, okay. Well, Amanda, that's kind of relevant to what I'm talking about. It has already passed through Congress, and it involves stopping rogue judges from stopping him from all the illegal things he's doing. That's a little bit confusing. Yeah, I don't feel like it's going to pass. It doesn't feel like it has any legs. So I'm still reading on him. The trash. The Nine of Swords. This is not a comfortable card. This is a card of tossing and turning at night, having insomnia, really not knowing what's going on is for one. The Eight of Wands is there's going to be some quick, swift action, lots and lots of legal news regarding him this week. And the Seven of Pentacles, what he's doing is what the orange buffoon is doing is he's attempting to wear us out. But he's worn out too. He's feeling your voodoo doll. There's a lot of bad mojo going his way. He's kind of worn out. Definitely. We don't know really how he's still standing up. Please hit the thumbs up while you're here. When we have 200 people in the room and we have 200 thumbs up, we do a group hug. No, we don't want the SAVE Act to pass the Senate. I want to remind you that during our show yesterday, Kathy Beal and I were talking about all that's going on, and a lot of what happened, including the election in November. There was a lot of retrograde, including Mars retrograde, going on during that time. So a lot that we've seen happen will be undone, if it's any consolation. Okay. Let's read on Abrego Garcia. Let's read on him. Okay. Here, I want to address this because Amanda's saying, is there something bad coming on April 20th? When we fear something, it's like praying for it to happen. And I need to address this because I've heard from people that I don't even think are following what's going on. Something bad is going to happen on April 20th. Okay, just it's pot day. Let's just leave it at that. And it's Easter. Nothing bad is going to happen on 4/20. But if we keep worrying about something bad happening on 4/20, we increase the likelihood that something bad is going to happen. I'm taking a teaching moment here. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I want you to know, I want to share with you that my guides have told me on several occasions, they've said, this keeps going partly because people keep on putting their mental attention on the worst case scenario, which is kind of how our brains are wired. There are 91 thumbs up, Warren's asking. And I really do feel that the evil, the dark side, distracts us with all this insanity. It is happening. I'm not saying it's not happening, but all these terrible, terrible things are distracting us because it's a ploy to use our minds. It's a mind trick to use our minds to create, to align with that really horrible, horrible thing that we're imagining, to align with it, because they know it increases the likelihood that it will happen. We can't afford the luxury of a negative thought right now. So I want to just get that across. We can't afford the luxury of a negative thought. That's a book that Warren sent me a copy of it because I'd remembered it from a long time ago. And then I ended up giving it to somebody at the nursing home, so I need to get another copy. Yeah, I haven't watched Joe Biden's speech from yesterday. I'm actually going to read, I said I was going to read on Garcia, but I'm going to read on Judge Boasberg first, who declared that they're in contempt, that Dumpy is in contempt. Yeah, people get addicted to the fear and anxiety. Yeah, that's a really good point. That is true. How do these glasses get so foggy? April 20th is your sister's birthday. Okay. Damon saying positive thought. And I will get stoned and eat manicotti. When? Damon, are you in Estonia? It's a long trip. It's hilarious. I'm reading on Judge Boasberg. Okay, here's what I get. Judge Boasberg is the one that's charging the Dumpy administration with contempt. And it's really interesting what I see here. Yeah, people are trauma and drama bonded to this regime. Exactly. And Roberta, you're exactly right. And that's why I'm pointing it out. Because I really feel this is a message I've gotten from my guides. We have caused arrests to not happen and healing to not happen and chaos to be the rule of the day. We have actually co-created the chaos and the terrible things happening. I hate to tell you that, but that's a really strong piece of guidance that I get. That's why we do all this visualization here and the prayers for healed America, Church of Spirituality. That's why we do all those things here. We're countering that. I'm not the only one doing it, but I really wish I heard more people out there. I want to give a shout out to Healing Truth Tarot, Shelley. She is really good at getting people to get their thinking straight. I'd like to see more people doing that. We created the chaos. Yeah, Damon's saying. Yes, and we'll read on that. Adam Mockler says that the Senator Van Hollen, who went to El Salvador, senator in Maryland, was not let in. So we'll look at that. Everyone's referring to the current squatter in the White House as a regime. Yes, because they are. We got to call it what it is. Judge Boasberg, I have the Tower and the Devil. So this is pointing to a big disruption for Dumpy. Dumpy trash. Dumpy orange trash. Big upset for the Devil. They didn't expect this. And then there's a rebirth. This situation with the El Salvadoran, the deportees, the innocent men being sent to an El Salvadoran concentration camp, every time I read on it, I get that it's gotten the attention of the world, and that it's not just going to be about, oh, well, the Trump administration is doing this and America has to put up with it, or the world is going to intervene. Other countries are going to intervene. And I actually feel like this is strange, but I don't know why I feel like Venezuela is going to intervene. That doesn't make any sense. Are we going to... Well, maybe Venezuela has a legal system where they're going to step in, but that's not all. Okay, so I'm reading on Judge Boasberg, who's holding Dumpy in contempt of court. The administration. So I have the Devil in the Tower card. He's just disrupted the apple cart for Dumpy, and I see rebirth here. And the rebirth and the traditional tarot, this is the bee tarot, clearly, I love that picture of the bee, is the world card. And it's a rebirth card here. You're wondering if the Hague will intervene at some point. Let's ask. Will the Hague intervene at some point? I am getting yes. I'm getting yes. Thomas, everyone's so glad that you're here with the dad jokes. How do you fix a cabbage with a cabbage patch? We do dad jokes. When we have 200 thumbs up, we'll do a group hug too. Love you guys. Love you guys. All right, so that was about Boasberg. Yeah, did I read on Garcia or did I get interrupted? I decided to read on Boasberg first. I always get interrupted. I interrupt myself all the time. It's like a juggling act. Okay, so Cheryl's saying Jack Smith will because I'm asking about the situation in Venezuela. I have a yes on The Hague. I'm not really sure. I have to read up on. Yeah. The rest of the world is going to intervene here. And I'm surprised I'm picking up on Venezuela and El Salvador, but it just seems like there are forces for good that are, that are weaseling their way sort of through the crowd to go, whoa, 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 what's going on here? So I'm picking 3 cards on Garcia, but right now I'm just asking about the energy going on with him. And please pray a lot. 7 of Swords. Okay, what I get on Abrego Garcia is, yes, he's been stolen. That's a 7 of Swords. They're at an impasse in terms of, we have 2 countries in a log jam. That's the log jam. Has El Salvador signed on to the ICC? I don't know. Maybe someone can look that up. What did the angry cake say to the fork? You want a piece of me? You want a piece of this? I like it. I like it. We love you, Thomas. You really help so much. The ICC gave Hungary a fine for not turning over Bibi while visiting. He's got an arrest warrant on Bibi. Okay. I think Garcia, fortunately, seems to still be with us on the planet. The 3 of Jars is a celebration card. So right now, both countries, El Salvador and the United States, I shouldn't say the United States, the fascist regime